Podcast with your host, Clinton Washington, and your co-host, DeAngelo Gillespie. Let's go.
Welcome, everyone, to another podcast. This is 2 Cent the Podcast. I am your host, your favorite uncle. This is Uncle Clint. We are here today on a redo. But you know what? Before we get into this, welcome back from Hawaii.
Oh, me?
You know, from your COVID vacation.
I don't even know what that means.
You know.
Thanks, guys. I mean, you?
Yeah, I just don't know if we need to be around you.
Oh, shit. Well,
traveling on airplanes, resorts.
I took 3 COVID tests this week. How about you, sir?
No.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
No.
Hawaii was fantastic, guys. I'm not going to say you should go because it's a pandemic going on, but after the pandemic, feel free. You know.
I might try that place again.
Yeah, that shit was dope, man. I had an excellent time.
That's good. I'm glad you got a vacation in while the rest of us was here working. But anyway, This is 2 Cent the Podcast.
Yep.
And this is season 2, episode 3B. Episode 3A didn't go over as well as we wanted it to, so we had to redo it. We had a Teddy Riley moment. It was
shit wasn't even Teddy Riley. That shit was a false start all the way around.
It was horrible. But luckily, we're surrounded once again by the beautiful ladies of the Westside.
That's a fact.
And they're allowing us to redo this, and we really appreciate you guys' time once again. So let's get into it.
Damn, man, you know, you didn't even introduce me. You just assumed they knew who I was.
You know what, man?
I mean, I don't give a fuck. I was just saying. I mean, it's all good.
Ladies and gentlemen, because his ego is very fragile.
You know exactly what it is. Thank you.
I would like to introduce
by name.
my co-host, my right-hand man who normally sits to my left, Mr.
Don't even know my goddamn name. Jesus Christ. Man, just fuck it, man. Don't even worry about it. I'm sorry.
DeAngelo Gillespie is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure.
All right. We really appreciate you being here, you know, co-hosting with me.
I mean, I'm on the goddamn picture, but he said I appreciate it like I showed the fuck out.
Yeah, you're part of the billboard. Don't understand why, but somebody told me I needed a partner.
Hey, man, you know.
And everybody else was busy, so.
Hey, man, I ain't had nothing to do. It's all good.
But we in this game. Second season. Appreciate you, you know. So, ladies, welcome once again to 2 Cent the Podcast.
Welcome to my humble abode, ladies.
Now, last time this was explained to our audience, we are going to turn the podcast over to none other than La Libra.
Is that who you are today?
She's a mother. She's a poet. She's a counselor. She's a friend of the show. All right?
Yeah, friend of the show.
And she is going to take over. We're going to give her our mics.
You going to introduce the ladies?
Yeah. And we're going to let her do the introductions.
Yeah, okay.
And from this point on, fellas.
Yeah, we're going to be over. We're going to be over there.
No, we got to leave. We're going to give you guys.
Hi.
Man, what the fuck is this? I got to keep on my long
It's
sleeve
called
shirt.
a
It's cold as
takeover.
fuck outside. Hold on. I got
All right.
All right. Yeah. All right. Excuse me. Here you go.
Can you please refill my glass before you go? Thank you.
Don't come again. Bye.
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 Thank you.
Yo, it's still recording, Clint. You can't just walk away.
You can't just sit there and be quiet.
All right, so we taking over? All right, the gentlemen are leaving the building.
All right.
We're about to officially take over.
Welcome to 2 Cent the Podcast, Women of the Westside take over the redo. I am your substitute host, La Libra, aka Renata, and I am here with 3 other women of the Westside. My mic is off. I can't hear anything.
I think you're good. I can still hear you.
So we're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves. We'll start with you.
Hello, my name is Nisi. I am a mother and massage therapist and creator of Twerk and Fab. You can find me online, Instagram, follow me. We can shake that ass.
Yeah.
And I'm single.
my name is Sakori. I am a full-time entrepreneur, mother, grandmother. I am the wife of Jahi, who was on the previous podcast with the men. Also go by the Jewelpreneur on all your social media platforms. Every one of them.
All right. I'm Davita, owner of Richard's Ornament in Hillsborough. I am a wife, a mother, and all around woman.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Okay, so before we get started with the advice to the men, which is why we are here today, we wanted to clear up some things that was said about us on last week or the week before podcast. What was said? Wait a minute.
Can we
like
recap
so
what was said?
so we wanted to, okay, so Nisi, you did a great job last time telling people who we were and what we do or why we are who we are and all that good junk.
I believe were we referred to as women of Westeros last
Right.
time? I was like,
Yes.
come on now.
Yes.
Y'all hilarious. First of all, we wouldn't even be Westeros. But
Right?
It'd be Dorn.
I
Come
digress.
on.
So we are a group of ladies, Black women out on the west side of Portland, and we connected with each other, in just more ways than one, not just being entrepreneurs and mothers and Black, but just kind of everything out on this side and connecting with each other in supporting each other's businesses and just gathering in community and just uplifting one another. So it's been great. And
We be lunching and functioning.
we don't.
we
we do not have
sleepovers.
sleepovers.
Safely.
There's no
Safely.
sleepovers.
Take
no
No
COVID
sleepovers.
precautions.
All the
All the
precautions.
precautions.
Yes.
Yes.
I know COVID made it a little challenging, but it's kind of nice to know that we could get together and support each other, especially now when we need each other most. So it's been great.
Absolutely.
And we've built this friendship through the COVID time. Absolutely.
We have. And, I think it's important to note that it was an extremely natural friendship. Just kind of like,
Yes.
I don't know. I kind of think like, oh, I found these women who I can relate to and have friendship in and who support me and I can support them. And so it just kind of naturally came about. So I think it's important.
Yes.
And we did have a pajama party,
We
but
did.
it was a private event for us,
Yes,
unlike
ma'am.
their open event at a club. So that's why no one else was invited.
Yes.
Oh,
It was not a sleepover.
It
We
was
all
not a
went home.
sleepover. Everybody went home.
Except for the host who hosted.
Who hosted. Okay.
All the way.
Was that it? Was that all the stuff that they said about us?
I think
Like,
so.
we can remember
I
anyway?
think we got it covered.
All
I
right.
think so.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it.
They're slowly making their exit.
Slowly, like we're
I
trying to
think I know.
drag
Like,
this
real
out so they
slow.
can get out and so we
You
can like
know?
really get into it.
Bye.
Thank y'all for letting us take over.
Right?
Okay, and so we're gonna start the advice off with Miss Sakori since her husband started it off.
True.
With
It's
the
only right.
guys,
It's only
so
appropriate.
We'll just follow that cab.
It's a little cold in here, though. They still have the door open.
Heating the outside like they ain't got no home training.
Quit running up my electric bill.
So I'm going to start this off with I'm kind of cheating a little bit because this was advice that was given to me by my dad. I was raised by a single father. And so when I got ready to get married, his advice to me was, baby, you're going to love the good things about this man. We already know that. You love the things that make you smile, make you happy, that just fill you with so much joy. And you can live with those things and you will love those things. But can you withstand the things that you don't like about this person?
Right.
You know what I mean? Can you withstand the things that are, not very desirable about this person? They could be very tiny. They could be very large. But there are things, nobody is perfect. You may find the person that is perfect for you, but no one is perfect. And so with those things that you do not like or cannot withstand from your partner, can you live a lifetime dealing with that type of stuff? So that was, I wanted to start with that.
Oh, that's great wisdom.
It
Because
really
does
is.
go both ways.
Yes.
Husband or wife. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But equally so, I think it's important to acknowledge when it's something that you can't deal with.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, as hard as it is to put yourself first, sometimes you have to. And sometimes the outcome isn't always what you would think. But I think it's important to always at least address it and talk about it and realize that this is a reality.
Yeah. And I could see that making relationships stronger.
Mm-hmm.
If it is like, I can deal with these things that I don't like. And I vocalize that, and then they've done the same back for me, and we work through it. Or you end up finding out, no, I can't, and that person might feel the same way.
Right. And then you allow that person to be free to find the person that's right for them, and you do the same for yourself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And whether you guys are going to be together or not, identifying it is that important part. Like, you don't want to be 20 years into it and be like, I don't like you because, you know what I mean? When I also didn't like this 20 years ago, you know?
But that was something that really, like, made me extremely intentional in my marriage, right? And so I didn't say this in the beginning, but I've been married for 14 years, been together 15 years. So we've been together a long time. And so when I look at things that get on my nerves, I'm like, is this something that's worth like having a huge?
Is this the hill you want to die on?
Exactly.
To borrow a phrase.
Yes. So I look at those things intentionally. Like, is this something that I want to make a huge deal of, or is this something I could just say, yo, I'm not really cool with the way you just, came in here after I've been cleaning all day,
right?
Shoes on the floor. Like, I'm not good with that. You know what I mean? So, it just makes you more cognizant of what's going on, and instead of turning a mountain into a molehill, it could just be a simple conversation, and then y'all can move past it.
Right.
Well, y'all must have, because I heard 15 years together, 14 years married, correct? Is that what you said? 14, 15?
Correct.
So I'm like, y'all got married pretty quick. So yeah, you were like, I'll die here. Thank you.
Yeah. So our situation is a little different. So we met 5 months, ring on it, married. That was it. And so, we got to know each other through marriage. Like, we knew the things that we loved about each other. And I think that was one of the reasons that my father was like, let me just listen. Because this is real fast, baby. So, I think that was one of the reasons that he just wanted to make sure that I knew that, you're not just getting married for, of course, love, but do you really want to be with this man? Like, everything that comes with him, can you stand that? His parents, my grandparents, were married for 65 years. And so, that's what we know.
Right.
And so that's probably what he was thinking. Like, I don't want my baby girl getting into a marriage and it ends. I want her to know that there are bumps and bruises and ups and downs. And, so I cherish that. That's just like one of the most cherished jewels that my dad has ever given me, besides life. I love you, Daddy.
Because it's deeper than love.
Beautiful. I love your dad. I love your dad.
So I have a question. What did Jahi do that made it solid for you?
Jahi was very different from Jahi was very much a gentleman. I never touched doors. Like, still now, 15 years later, I don't open doors. I don't have to, he's very kind. He is very rational. I tell people I'm team hot mess. And he is the calm to my storm. And when I am on 1,000, he's right there at like 150. Like, babe, let's just talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Let's just, he's like, what are the risks? And what is the this? And you know what I mean? Like, he's just that rational person. And when I tell you we're complete opposites, we are complete opposite ends of the spectrum. And I think that we both complement each other in that way. And that was not something that I was used to dealing with, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there were so many things about him, but his calm and his, he's very caring and just very loving and just a gentleman. It just, he wrote me in.
Mm-hmm.
I like to tell people I bagged him, but he might have bagged me.
Okay.
He might have bagged me.
He might have. Look, this is on record now. Like, we can't change the story
take it
now.
back.
I know. And he
Not
gonna
at
love
all.
that when he hear it. He gonna love it. Because we've been saying every all these years, I'm like, I bagged you. No, I bagged. Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to give it to you, boo.
dang.
You got it.
He's gonna have to wait to hear this to know, though.
Love it.
Okay, Miss DeVita, what's your first gem to drop?
I think just to kind of add to what Sakori is saying, I think it's important to not only be that comfort and peace for your partner, but also to allow them space to just be themselves and to realize that each and every person is an individual and they deserve that space to be themselves. So I think that's important.
That is very important because I feel like if you're gonna smother me or try and control like how I do what I do, it don't matter how much I loved you before we started this. I'm shutting down. I'm backing off.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm like, oh, where's the exit? Because
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who don't mind you shaping their whole entire lives, but be with them.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Know your partner
And leave
because
me alone.
Yeah.
yes,
Right.
like
Yeah.
man.
It's
That's
kind of
hella
like, for me, I'm already a fiery person. I just feel that way anyway. And so it's like anybody that kind of dulls my fire or tries to put it out, immediately I'm just like, hold up, get away.
Right.
Let me note I am married. Let me note that. But, I think the one thing that drew me to my husband when we were dating is that he didn't try to dull my fire. He was comfortable and secure enough to let me be who I was and not try and make me be whoever he thought I should be.
Right.
So
love
I
that.
definitely think that's important in
important.
dating.
I love that because that's killed relationships for me before.
Yes.
Definitely. It's like, how do you love all these things about me when we're first dating? And then when we solidify a relationship, now you're trying to change everything that I
Right.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great advice for men too, but I feel like anybody, don't try to change somebody. If you love them that way,
Let them be.
let them be that person.
Okay, so my first piece is the being honest about what you really want. I mean, if you really don't know, say you don't know. If you just trying to fuck, say you just trying to fuck. If you want a relationship, say that.
Yes.
If you want to be with her and her over there too, say that. Because I promise you, there's somebody out there for you.
Yes.
Somebody that wants it, somebody who's okay with it. But with that, so that to go with that is a lot of dudes will be like, oh, you didn't want the truth. You can't handle the truth, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, gosh.
No,
yeah.
I can handle the truth. Just because I didn't like what you said doesn't mean I can't handle the truth. What it is you kept it real. So I decided that that's not what was going to work best for me. And so I pulled out. You know what I'm saying? But there are plenty of people who will be like, okay, yeah, I don't care. I just need somebody on Thursday and Friday anyway. You know what I'm saying? So just I promise you will get more of what you want if you're honest. You're going to get some no's. That's part of it. But you are going to have less problems and less stress if you just keep it real from the gate. Can y'all please? Like, if you don't take nothing else, can y'all please do that part?
Well, I think that's hard for some people because they don't even put the work in for themselves to know this is what I want, this is what I don't want.
Then
this
they
is what I
shouldn't
like.
be dating, man.
Exactly.
They should not
Thank
be dating.
you.
They need to sit back and do that work with themselves, their spiritual advisors, their counselors, or whoever else is helping them walk through that journey of their feelings and
Yes.
traumas. And not be out here dating people if you don't know what you want, or you can't even be vocal about, we grown, right? So who you scared of?
Yeah.
Who
but
pays
be
your
for
bills? Like, you know what I'm
real.
saying?
True, but be for real. How many people are really out there doing the work? How many?
Well, I feel like a lot
There's
of women
people-
do, but
yeah.
men are a
I
little
think
afraid
so.
to do the work, and I think it has to do with like that
The stigma.
of
Yeah.
like mental health and seeing therapy, and
It
going to,
is.
seeking therapy and going to the counselor.
But you don't even have to do that. There's other ways. It is not always going and laying on somebody's couch.
Yeah.
There, you can. A lot of the work that I've done was just setting myself out on my spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we all like share that on some level or whatever, but just getting to know yourself and trying to be a better you for yourself will take care of all that. Now, if you have other traumas where you do need to go get some professional help, then I suggest you do. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong
Let's
with therapy.
normalize
Everybody
it.
needs therapy. Go see
Yes,
somebody.
normalize it.
And it looks
Normalize
different
it.
for everybody. Like I said, it's not always laying down on somebody's couch. They have a lot of different ways to do therapy, but I digress. Please keep it real. Can we keep it real?
Career therapy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not everybody has to agree with you. Maybe
Right.
you feel one way about relationships and things of that matter, and they feel another way, but they don't have to agree with you. But honesty is really what could eradicate a lot of the drama and all the
Yes.
problems.
Absolutely.
Because maybe they don't agree with you, but they like, yo, this works for me right now,
Right.
and I'm good with this right now.
Right.
Yes.
I appreciate you, giving me the option.
Right.
But if you come across somebody they don't want to do that, don't force people into situations they don't have to be in.
And don't cuss us out for it either.
Well, and
Right?
and it's not like you're just wasting that woman's time. You're wasting your own time.
There you go.
They don't see it like that, though.
You know?
The ones who are trapped in that spiral of whatever the fuck that is, they don't see it like that. They think they getting what they want at the time, and it makes sense till they realize, wait a minute, I'm 67 and I still don't have a relationship. No, because they be out here swinging it low. They be swinging it for a minute,
Dead.
Look, they out there. They out there.
Y'all go home and sit down, please.
Right? All the way.
Orthopedic shoes on and sit down
Like,
somewhere.
stop.
Should
I mean, I feel like at 67, if they ain't found love, they just fucking. Like, what else?
I
is
mean,
there?
but I'm saying,
dang.
That's-
look, when I was a caregiver, they was still
I heard
at the seniors.
They,
that-
be-
I was like,
shoot,
that
they
Viagra.
yes,
great.
there was a whole walker fight between these two ladies over this old man, and I was like,
fight.
no, legit. They was like,
Girl, I can't count.
we was
how
like, what are y'all
many-
doing?
I cannot count how many naked bodies I walked in on working in the care home.
Oh,
I
Lord.
completely. And it's so funny because people assume, oh no, they're old. They don't do that.
No, yes, they do.
Hell yes,
Yes,
they
Like
do.
they ain't got nothing
Like-
else to do.
Hell yeah.
Like
What else are they
teenagers,
gonna do?
they do it like it's.
And they don't do it smart either because whether you know it or not, elders are some of the
Yes, that. Yep.
leading cases of new STDs like chlamydia and whatnot.
Oh my
They have high numbers.
Well, I mean, because a lot of them in
It's
the,
like
in
I
the
have high
homes,
blood
like, they're-
pressure and diabetes and chlamydia.
chlamydia. What do you know?
Dang.
Because a lot of them ain't in their right mind and stuff like that, so they're not even thinking to be who they might have been.
Well, I
30
figure
years
they're like,
ago.
well, I can't get pregnant, and
That part-
And
Right,
that,
probably
that's part
too.
of it. But
I'm gonna die soon, so.
Oh Lord.
I mean, that's probably an element.
I mean, how else would you want to die? But you
Right.
know,
So check on your grandmas and
The
grandpas.
business.
Please do, please do. Yes, yes.
Moral of the story.
Please
Go
do.
see what they really doing. Pop up at odd times. See what the hell's really going on.
that's hilarious. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Oh man. Oh my gem. I guess just from a single person's perspective,
Mhm.
when you're out here being single and dating, and I know there are some men who do want to find a wife, and just know that not all women want to be married. Not all women
Yes.
aspire for marriage.
Yes.
And I think that, it's 2021.
Mm.
Things are a little bit different. And it's not in the 1950s where every woman aspires to be married and a housewife and a mom and all that. And that's great if women want to do that. That's totally their choice. But not all women want that.
Mhm.
So no matter how badly you want that woman, if that's not what she wants,
That's
Yeah,
not
you gotta
what
let
she
that go.
you
wants.
gotta let it go. Like
Yeah.
she's just not for you,
Right.
and that's okay.
So are you someone who wants to be married?
I don't aspire for marriage.
Really?
No.
I do. I want to
I
be
mean,
married.
I'm
one day.
okay with long-term companionship. I don't require marriage.
Mhm.
I think if I have a partner that matches me and it works for me and we really love each other and that is something they require, because I don't care too much for it or not, if that's what they wanted, I'm okay with that. but that's not a goal of mine.
That wouldn't make you feel like trapped
Pressured?
or
No.
stressed out.
I mean, if I know I want to be with them, I'm going to want to be with them.
Okay.
But it's not going to turn me away unless I'm not in that mindset. Like if
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to right now, and you're not pressuring me and you're okay with that, cool. If, it changes and you're like, I do want to get married. If I already made that commitment that I do want to be with you and that's what that person wants, then I'm okay with that. Right now, that is not on my table. No. I don't even know if I'm ready to date. Seriously.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question.
Yeah.
So, is there any
And
like
that's probably
relationship
why.
goals, or is it just like I'm just out here having a good time?
I think that's probably why I'm in this mindset. And that can change too. That can always change. We are all entitled to that. Changing our minds, growing, having different experiences. And right now, I did date, I've been single for a couple of years, and I think the reason dating didn't work for me is because I intentionally chose people that were unavailable.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I was doing that for a while.
I did that. And then I was like, why am I doing that? And I was like, it's because I'm not in a good place to really commit to somebody. Like if I'm a Leo. Like if I love hard, I love loyal, and I will pour everything into somebody. And I can't do that right now. Like I have my businesses and I have my children. I have my mother that I take care of, and I have goals that I would like to reach on my own.
Right.
And so if I don't have room for someone, why would I fuck with their heart? And so I make my intentions very clear now. And I didn't used to, a couple of years ago, but now that I know that, I make it very clear. And that's why I gave my advice, because I run into that a lot.
Yes.
Where they're like trying to lock you down, or they are like, why would you not want to be committed? Yada, yada, yada. And what's funny is it happens even with men who don't really want to be committed.
Absolutely. I feel like they're worse than men who want to be committed.
I'm like, why are you trying to lock me down? But I know you don't even want to really be
You
booed
don't
up.
want this.
You just don't want to share.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right.
It's weird. It happens all the time.
Wow.
So as much as men want to sit here and act like it's the women trying to lock them into relationships, that has not been my experience. And I date women too, so I can really say that. It's been men that have tried to lock me in relationships more than women.
They do it without using the same, like we'll say, I want to be with you. They'll say other shit or try and shame your behavior that they are not okay with.
Yes.
So you just out here, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. I'm single.
in these streets.
Single. Well, yeah, I'm not DeAngelo. I'm not single in these streets. I'm single at home watching, the program, the things that we pay for. I'm not going to call them out by name because we
The programs.
The programs, the different things that, we pay for. There we go. I was looking for them words. I couldn't find them.
Watching flicks and relaxing.
Right. Talking to y'all in group messages. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Single out here and whatever that is.
It's hilarious.
Well, I would say my next piece of advice is that love shouldn't hurt, not intentionally.
Yes.
Listen, relationships are hard, marriage is hard. No matter how easy people make it look, it's still a work in progress. You have to get up and work on that every day. It's not 50-50.
All day.
It's 100-100. And to keep somebody in a situation for years and years and years and, quote unquote, reward them for your commitment after they have put up with this, that,
Bullshit.
and the third for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I think it's very unfair.
Yes.
I think it is an
Selfish.
asshole move.
Big
And
Say that.
I really think that if you don't want to be in that situation, then let her go.
Please.
Yes.
Because you're ruining somebody else's life.
You know?
Or whatever she want to be eventually.
And I mean, I would assume
Or-
after years, like kids could be involved.
Right.
See, I mean, so much stuff.
And that's so much damage to those children too when it comes to love, and that's that's what they're seeing as love too. Like, oof.
But it's not even that you're ruining someone else's wife. You're ruining a woman,
Mm.
a person. Aside from her potentially being someone else's wife, she's still a person. So just have enough compassion to consider what you're doing at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It kills me when I see people say, you know, I did this, that, and the third, and she stayed by me for 15 years, so I'm going to make her my wife.
Ooh.
Why did I need to go through all
Man,
that?
man,
Right,
like,
why-
wow,
for
sir.
what?
Like, ooh, it's the Hunger Games
That
or
is
something?
not
What's
how
going
you have to
on?
do it. That's not how you have to do it.
And I feel like some people, I don't know, I can't say for men, but I feel like in that first year
Oh,
if
hell
you
yeah.
really are gonna want to go the distance with that
Hell
person. So to
yeah.
do that is just fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Well, from what I understand, a lot of guys be like, no, I knew immediately. Like, I mean, they might not tell you,
Mm-hmm.
but they know, like, immediately. Like, I think the longest, like, as far as guys who are like, no, this is my wife. Like, from what I heard, like, from what I've been told from guys that I know, like, up to 6 months, I'm
I've
going to
heard
know
6 months
within
before too.
that
I've heard
time.
guys say 6
Mhm.
months.
So if they wasting your time
Yeah.
for 15 years, like, if they've been wasting your time
Like, you ain't put a
and
ring
their
on
time.
it ain't gonna happen.
Yes.
Like,
I'm sorry to be
Which
honest.
doesn't mean you got to get married in 6 months, but I heard they
you
know.
You know. And to be honest, those relationships that go 10, 15 years and then all of a sudden you want to get married, a lot of the times I find those people don't tend to last much into
Mhm.
marriage because you've already set a precedence for what your relationship is together. And so it's really hard to come behind it and then put the rules of marriage on it because you're so used to living a certain kind of way. And so
That's
That's
a good
true.
point.
That's
I-
That
e-
is a
a
but
good
lot
that's
of
point.
even if they
people-
change the way they live, and they might just be like,
I mean, hey,
"We got married. Now we just gonna keep doing what we was doing yesterday."
yeah, it
We've
would
been
be
doing
nice
it,
if it stayed that way.
right?
But truth of the matter
you
is,
allowed it.
the funny thing is, I'm going to just kind of, I guess, lead into some other advice. You know, at the end of the day, you need to know what you really want from a person, as everyone else has said, and really know what it looks like. Because sometimes I think men will give off the air of they don't really care and they don't really want all of the extra commitment. But then at the end of the day, their actions show you that they really do want that commitment. They
Mhm.
really do want that piece of you. And so at the end of the day, I think it's important to truly not only say what you want, but act what you want. Be
Right.
what you want.
Right.
Because nobody's really going to know. And if you really want someone to be with, you need to make sure you're matching up with someone who wants to be with someone. You know?
Nobody reads minds over here. I'm
Right.
just saying.
I'm saying. So, just follow up with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's so
And
true.
I think that leads into communication.
Oh,
Like,
Right.
Girl.
You know, people don't be wanting to talk.
Right?
Right. Like,
you
but
really
why? But you over here
do.
steaming. Like, let's talk about
Yes.
it. Like,
But,
why are you looking at me like that?
You know, a lot of people feel more comfortable internalizing and just keeping that stuff inside because
And they're gonna end up in a
of,
hospital.
I don't know,
because of
social
stress.
norms maybe.
Yeah.
They think that men aren't supposed to be vulnerable or very sharing in those type of situations. Men have to be strong. They're not big talkers. You know what I mean? Like certain things like that could keep a person from, you know, vocalizing what's really going on. And if you don't have or have never seen positive relationships, then what are you going on?
Right.
And see, I have a hard time with that, being with somebody that I can see something's wrong. And I can see that it's bothering you to the point to where you want to talk about it, but you're not going to talk about it because you're a man and you're not supposed to do that. I will slow walk you through you talking about your feelings. It is
Walk us through that. How
it
does
is
that-
a
how does
skill.
that
Well,
work?
I mean, if I tell it, then you know it's not gonna work anymore.
We're trying to
But
help
like,
the people.
listen,
I
it's
know,
it's
Renata. We're giving
it is
advice.
a skill that I have, and I don't know. It always comes out of nowhere. Well, I'll just like oh, like you know, I don't know why, but I'm like, so, you know, you said blah 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 blah, but it seems like blah blah blah. But you say like a light question. You know what I'm saying? To where they don't think that they're really telling you their feelings. They don't think that they're really, and then by the time that they realize, like, wait a minute, talking about my feelings, what's going on? They're like, it's too late. It's too late. You feel like, yes, you're getting it off your chest. We're talking about it. You feel vulnerable. And you're also okay. You made it.
You made it.
And then once I see that they're starting to like flip out internally a little bit, I just, you know,
Pull
pull
back.
back. Pull back.
Yeah.
I love it.
Talk about the game, you know, whatever.
You know, it's so funny because I think we're all in our mid to late 30s and early 40s, correct? And what I'm finding is men in our age group, I think particularly the ones over 40, my husband is in his early 40s, and I'm finding that unfortunately toxic masculinity is really heavy within that age
Yes.
group. It seems like it's that generation right before the change, before men really used to or started to change their thought process on getting help and talking things out. It's a generation that's still taught be strong, men don't cry. They're that generation right before
That
where you're
70s
just
and
like,
80s.
come
I,
on.
yeah, I was gonna say it still
Exactly.
includes
Which is
those 80s
also when
babies.
it was the most like damaging to the black household.
Exactly.
Like they were destroying the black
degrading
household
to
in
the
the
black
70s
woman.
and 80s. Yes.
Yeah.
Like super degrading.
It's just like we got a lot of fixing to do.
We do.
Yeah.
And, I think, honestly, it's important for men to be able to vocalize to women how we can support you, because
Yes.
sometimes we're supporting you in the way that we think you want to be supported,
Right.
but we don't really know. So you have to be able to tell us how best we can show you we love you, how best we can push you to be the best you that you can be, because I don't want to associate with any women who don't want to push their partner to be the best.
That's right.
Right.
Right. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's important that we at least know what we need to do.
What's the best way to push you?
Right.
What is the best way to and support you? Like, I don't want to just make it sound like, pushing you, but like, what is the best way for us to be there for you in different situations? And don't be saying like, if it's what's wrong or how can I help? Oh, nothing, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not nothing, because I can see that you're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to talk about it, maybe you want to write it down and I'll go read it later. There was a
Or
couple
even
that had a
encouraging them
journal.
to go to their friends. Like, go hang out with your friends. Go have
I think
conversations
that depends
with
on
them.
the friends, because you don't always want to sit them out there to their friends, because they gonna get some.
You don't.
They're
you know.
married friends if they're married.
Yes, but
you know.
at
No,
the
married
end
don't
of
always
the
make you
day-
right, a right kind of person.
Absolutely, but what's in your mind is in your mind.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
Right.
if you're going out the house in the right frame of mind, no matter what nobody else says to you, you're going to do what's right. So I truly believe in that instance, it's up to the man to decide if he's going to be on the right page, and
True.
if he's going to be doing what's right.
No,
But
but I
you
mean, but
also
talking your
wanna-
feelings out with your friends, like you want to make sure you got, like I can
safe
sit down and
place.
be like, y'all,
Yeah.
and y'all all gonna listen,
You're right.
and y'all gonna keep it real with me. Y'all not about to pacify me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and guys have a tendency to say that they don't do that with each other, and that we as
do.
women do that. But
They do a little.
y'all have,
I have
like,
5 brothers.
especially this one over here, this Niecy. Like when I tell you, when I'm like, oh, blah, she be like, girl, I'm like, ugh. Like, wait a
dare
minute,
you?
wait a minute. Like, how dare you tell me about me? How dare you tell me the truth about me? That's not what we were here for.
That's not why we're
This is
here.
not why we gathered. Like, what are you doing? But you know what I'm saying? Like, and I and because I have a lot of guy friends, and I've heard the man, fuck that bitch. No, not fuck that bitch. Work that out.
I feel like that's how they
But
might
I
talk in front of
do-
you. But I feel like when it's one-on-one,
These
they're
are
different. I think they talk different.
No,
think
I
feel
no,
like
because
in a
I think
group
the
they
guys,
talk.
the guys in our circle,
Oh, well, yeah.
they are better at the. You better fix that. That like
I believe
that's
that.
your whole house, your wife, your
Yeah.
whatever. They're better at that than what I've seen. And maybe it's not that they're better at that. Maybe it's just like where the age that I'm at, that and the people around me,
Mm-hmm.
to where it sounds different. But literally, dudes will be like, man, she get on my nerves. She always fussing. Man, fuck that bitch. You can get another bitch. Like, but he love her. That's why he with her.
Well, I think,
Like,
But
help.
that's what I
Just
was gonna
listen.
say. I was gonna say you want to be around people who are either where you want to be or are further.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so, if you're a married man and you're trying to get advice from your single people who don't care about relationships, commitment, anything like that, you shouldn't be conversing with them about anything serious that goes on with your marriage or your relationship. No.
So I have
Absolutely
a question.
not.
I have a question.
I
to that.
believe that if you are really trying to correct something or get a higher understanding or work on whatever it is you're going through, that you should be talking to people who have been where you are or are going where you're trying to go. Point blank in the period.
It's the
I have a
same
question.
thing in business.
So are you? So
Yep.
So is the thought here that the only way that you can get proper advice on how to move, like in a marriage or a relationship or with whatever, is if you have that experience? Like, is it impossible to get good advice from your single friends? If they're, and I'm not talking about those
Negative Nancy.
right, and the ones who like secretly hate and all that. I'm talking about just your regular healthy single friends, like who may have never been married, but
I
Here is
think
my.
you
Oh,
can.
I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Oh no, I think you can glean. What did you word it as?
what
I love you.
like the healthy married, healthy
Advice?
single.
I think you can take advice
Oh.
from all people. Truth
Okay,
be
okay.
told, even the most negative situations, you can look at it from your perspective, and you can still learn something on what you may do differently or how you could apply things differently to yourself.
Okay.
I think you should always be guarded on who you choose to take advice from and how you choose to apply it. But I don't think you should ever discount a person because they're not in your situation.
So like I was saying, it has to do with the healthy,
Mm-hmm.
grown, developed person.
it
You're not
does.
necessarily the-
emotionally mature.
But
There we
you
go.
know,
Yeah.
I'll also say this. It also depends on the, what is it? It depends on the person's intent
right.
with the advice they're giving you. Because just because a friend is giving you advice doesn't mean they're giving it to you with the intent of a good person or a good
Right.
heart.
or
So-
the outcome that you're looking for
Right.
to fix. They like, look, the video was way more fun before she got married. So let me just go ahead and tell her this in a way that sounds good, but it's gonna fuck up her whole marriage, and then we can start going back to the club.
Exactly. So you have to look at the intent of your so-called friends in
Right.
order to know if you should take that advice or not.
And I feel like, this is probably presumptuous, but I feel like at our age, I would presume that the people that I surround myself with, the people that are around me, are people that I can take seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when it comes to, if I came to you about my marriage, or something that meant that much to me, that you would take it as seriously as I would
Absolutely.
at this age, at this
Right.
point in time.
Mhm.
And so you can't always be mad at the person who say, fuck that nigga, we going out tonight.
I
You
mean,
gotta
yeah.
look at yourself and be like, well, why am I talking to sis?
Yep.
Because
Right.
this is not what I, not you, but you know
I
what
know
I mean?
you're not. I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not, I don't trust her. I don't really believe anything she has. Like, you really have to look at the people that you are involving in your situation. And then I will say on another note, when it comes to marriage, everybody ain't got no business in your marriage.
I know
Yes,
that's right.
yes.
That's right.
Look, I ain't never been married, and I know that. Like some of that, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean that's with any relationship. Like my friendship with y'all ain't some people's business.
That's right.
Well, we talk about how we move. You know what I'm saying? That ain't everybody's business. Y'all can know the gist of this, but like how we really get down as far as like the stuff we share with each other, how deep we go. That's not everybody's business. Because there are
Right.
people who would be envious of just our friendship, period.
Right.
How we've been able to come, and then we'll try and break that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's in. It's in my. Who went last? Was it you?
I kind of butted in. I don't know if
I think it
my
was me.
turn.
I think I went last.
So she did went, but I kind of sort of went. So you
Okay,
can go.
so I'll go. Okay, so I want to switch it up just a tad bit
Mhm.
and talk about dating app etiquette.
Oh, shit.
Because I have
Don't
kind
let your
of
friends
been-
swipe on your Tinder or your
don't
or
get
any
drunk
of your
and let your
dating apps.
friends swipe on your
dating
yeah.
apps.
Yeah, that's not for the men. That's like a side note to me.
Yes, sorry.
Because clearly because I told you I let him swipe on the app yesterday and I'm like, I don't know what happened.
Well,
Too much
problem
vodka.
That
number
was
one,
hilarious.
Him.
Him, yeah. Like
Problem
don't
number
give D'Angelo
one.
your phone and let him
No.
man.
But
I don't know.
Continue. My
So
bad.
okay, so the whole point in bringing that up is
The etiquette.
the etiquette, like right. So it is so hard to try and drag a conversation out of somebody when you're just basically you're texting back and forth, right? And y'all are saying hi, hello, hey, how are you doing? I say I'm fine. How are you? Good. Period.
Okay.
Wait.
You know what? I'm
Where's
done.
the rest of the conversation?
Right.
You're gone at that
So,
point.
like, Tyler and D'Angelo are on me all the time. Yo, you don't be giving them chances. Well, give them a chance with what? You have to give me something. You ask a question. I ask a question. we go back and forth until this makes sense.
No one
And
person wants to lead the whole conversation.
Right. And that's not, and then what it does for me, which may not be you as a person, but it makes me feel like you are unable to lead me.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't, and it's not that you have to lead the conversation, but if you can't participate in the conversation, where are you leading us to, sir? Where are we going?
Where
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Can I
get
pull
off
the
of
bell?
this
I need
ride,
to get
please?
off. I don't want to be here. And
Check, please.
I mean, and it's not just that. It's the okay, we exchange numbers. Now you're sending dick pics immediately.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You're you're
Oh
asking
my
for pictures of me.
gosh.
You've seen my pictures. They're on
Oh
the
my
fucking
gosh.
app. Or like, what else is it? Niecy,
Oh,
like all
goodness. There's been some weird.
it's so much stuff. Can you
I
be
don't-
regular?
Yeah.
What, I mean, and I don't mean like
No,
you have
the-
to be
I
in a
don't
box
like
regular, but
The conversations about their exes, because I am a good listener,
Oh.
and I notice that when I really listen and I do allow space for a man to talk,
mm-hmm.
they expose a lot.
Yes.
And some men talk a lot about their exes or their past relationships, which
You're
I'm
not
like,
over that,
okay,
sir.
that's cool, but you have something to work through,
Yes.
because I'm not your homegirl for you to talk to like that. I thought we were trying to get to know each other.
Right.
That's just not okay. That's a turn off immediately. Immediate turn off, because I would not talk about my exes.
And the ones who get like, they're so aggressive in their little description about, I don't want women like this, and if this is
Oh
you,
my
then
gosh,
swipe.
yes.
Look, even if I was everything that you're looking for, I'm still swiping left, because why is it all this? Why so aggressive?
What do you want?
Right,
I
like
already
listen,
saw what you
right,
don't
right.
want.
I don't even know where I fit in this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Okay,
even
I'm
if
none
you're
of the
getting all those-
no's, but like,
You could be checking all those boxes and still be some crazy ass bitch.
right.
It's like, oh, you got all the things you wanted though, right? Because those were
Right.
the boxes that mattered.
And I still bust out windows and pop tires
Right.
because it's
And she's
Thursday.
crazy.
You know? I woke up today, it's Thursday, and you know what? I feel like he might have had a dream about another bitch. So I'm going to go bust out his windows. But I wasn't any of those things he said no on. So he's got to accept this.
Which is funny that you said that, because that was actually my next little
Oh,
gem.
shit, was it?
Well, no. It was just like, if you want to minimize the amount of damaged women that you're allowing into your life, maybe you
Yeah.
should be more introspective and do the fucking work for yourself. And I feel like I
Yes.
see that a lot. And I think that's why a lot of men treat women like they are this toxic person, and women are fucked up and they're damaged. And I'm like, have you worked on
But
yourself,
it feeds
sir?
into each other. That
'Cause you're
toxicity
bringing
feeds
tho-
into each other.
yes. Like, you're kind of bringing that, like, you're the common denominator here. You
Ooh.
do realize that.
Ooh.
That's
Like
a
you-
good
message.
point. That's a good point.
It is.
Because everybody got a problem.
The
But not
same
you.
problem.
Everybody. You've been single for 6
Everybody.
years.
The same problem.
Everybody is the problem, but not you.
I mean, like, even if you're a good person overall, like, because I feel like I'm a good person overall, but I attract a certain type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's because I like a certain type of dude that also brings that type of bullshit into the mix.
But you recognize that.
I do, and I'm working on it.
And you're working on
I'm
it.
working on it.
And that's
Since
all
since
I'm
turning
saying.
38, I am working on it.
We're not all perfect, but if you are introspective, that matters.
Mm-hmm.
But it took a while for me to understand that. I was just like, no, all these guys are dogs. Well, Renata, why do you keep dating them?
Right.
Where do you keep finding them? Why are you picking them up? They all look different. They come from different places. Why do you keep having
Wait,
them?
why are you doing that?
But you know, they're dogs, but at the end of the day, they're dogs for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important that they recognize their reason and start to deal with it. Because your reason starts to dictate how your future relationships will function.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't dealt with your shit, you're going to put me through a whole hell of a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that
and
I
see,
don't
that's what
deserve.
we're not doing anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are done with that.
All the way.
2021.
Yeah, we're not fixing motherfuckers over here.
Mm-mm.
That's
We're
it and that's
fixing
all.
self. Look, we are fixing self and adjusting sis's crown.
Okay.
Like, that's what we're doing.
Yes.
And I expect you to fix yourself. And I am 100% on board with you fixing yourself. At no
Yes.
point will I tell you
that
not
is so
to.
cool. And it's like, and guess what? In the meantime, we can be friends.
You know,
Yes.
It's okay
It's-
for us to
it's
be
totally
friends.
okay, because sometimes you need that friendship before you can even have the relationship.
I
You know- and
require
you know-
a friendship. I cannot
Yes.
move forward. Like, I have to have to be friends first.
You know, and I
I
peeped
don't
like
even
a
I
lot
don't
of
do
my
stranger dates. Like I know that sounds crazy. I don't like meeting random ass people and be like, let's go
a
eat.
blind date. I think
That's
called a
stranger
blind-
date. The shit sounds dangerous. I don't want to do it. Stranger
dates.
Stranger danger.
Oh, you
I don't
threw
want
off
to do it.
Where my mind was going. That is
Sorry.
hilarious.
Sorry.
No,
I
that
can't.
is so funny.
That's
oh, no,
why,
I
oh
remembered.
boy, he had to come to mingle in front of everybody. It's like,
Oh wait, we can promote that.
yeah, Mingle Lounge
Mingle
that is
Lounge,
on
hey, hey.
3rd and Everett, downtown Portland,
That
whenever
was
outside
hilarious.
opens back up.
That was
Yes,
good.
please
That was
come
No,
on
good.
outside.
but for real, when like
Right.
the only reason I was like, okay, we could do a date. It's like, because you know what, 99% of the people in here I know.
Yeah.
So try something if
They
you
all
want to.
gonna
You not
see
gonna make
you.
it out of here.
When I feel like I see more of my white friends
Mm-hmm.
Why you
being
whispering?
okay. Well,
You're in a safe space.
You know,
just
like,
saying.
We're good.
I've been drinking something
Right.
bubbly, okay, and it's delicious. my white friends. So they I see they've been really good at holding platonic friendships, and I don't see a lot of black folks doing that. But then I was talking to some friends, and it came up that society really hypersexualizes black people.
Oh,
Absolutely.
And I feel like that might have
yeah.
something to do with why we do that to each other.
I
From
believe that.
childhood. They
Mhm.
sexualize us from
Like,
childhood.
so we got to be fucking, like, we can't just be friends while you work through your thing and I work through my thing, because I don't want to be, on the wrong page at the wrong time and then be like, so we just got to fuck then.
You
Like,
know?
no.
Right.
But the
I don't
truth
want
is-
to.
No. Can we just be cool while you work on you? I'm working on me.
we can be cool while we do this other stuff.
You know?
We gotta be
But
cool and fucking.
Society really does make us feel like that's the case.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we approach our relationships and our interactions with other people the same way. You know, we're expecting that, we're going to have this interaction, this exchange. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's okay to just be friends with people. It really
It
is
is
possible.
okay.
And
Yes.
it's necessary.
It is. Because I wouldn't want a
necessary.
partner that I can't be friends with.
Right. But not only that, I don't feel like you should limit your partner to if they can have female friends or male friends. I think that you need
Yes.
to learn to think beyond that and realize that people are people and they can be friends. It's
If you're not
fine.
secure in
Yes.
yourself, then you shouldn't be in that relationship.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If he can't have female friends, look, I'm just
like,
gonna
nope,
say
all
it.
your
You
friends
worried
have to
about
be
them female
non-binary.
friends,
Sorry.
but you know what? You might also need to be worried about them male friends too. You don't know what they doing.
I'm saying.
You need to be
That's why-
secure enough in
come on.
yourself to just be
Okay.
able to be like, you know what? Now, I mean, I'm not saying that if you see that female friend and she look like a whole bunch of that you can't say nothing.
Okay, well, women's intuition is a thing. Yes.
You know,
Women's
but I
intuition
mean, but
is-
there's a difference between having the intuition and just being insecure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
And men do that too.
But you know
oh,
what?
they absolutely
Men
do.
it
I've been
more
accused
than
of
us.
cheating. I've never cheated on anybody in my life,
Same.
but I've been accused of cheating by everybody that I've ever been with. Who,
I
by
just
the
break
way,
up with them.
everybody. Who, by the way, all of them
Everybody.
cheated on me though.
Of course,
It was
they
their own
did.
guilt.
But, yeah, it was their guilt, but it was just I could not have male friends because they assumed, not just because they were cheating, but like no, they really legit thought like
It was
know,
impossible.
yeah,
to
because
just
if
be
I
friends.
can't be just friends with you and I want to sleep with you, then they obviously got to want to be sleeping with you too.
And I really be thinking about stuff like that. Like, is that a mental illness? Like, because Yo.
I mean,
mental instability.
No, for
as
real,
Gary said.
because before
Imbalance.
my
Imbalance.
husband, I was in a very tumultuous relationship with somebody that just was, I couldn't even get on his level. When I thought about the ways that he would accuse
Girl.
me and see things
Been
that
there.
were
Man.
never there, and
like,
just imagine things, and just, it just,
I've been there.
I was young at that point. I was early 20s, but so I didn't really think too much into it. I just was like, I don't like this shit.
But you know that you were sitting
But
there like, how did
now-
you even get there from where we were?
Listen,
Like
I'ma
I'm
give you
standing
an
outside,
example.
so I'm cheating on you because I'm standing outside.
I'm gonna give you an example. One night we had went to a comedy show. Me, him, his sister, and her boyfriend. They had an after party at the spot, and I went to the bar to get a drink, and somebody was like, "You want to dance?" And I smiled and said no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sent him over the fucking
Normal
roof.
and polite.
Wow.
Over the why the
So
fuck would you
that
smile when you said no? Why would you smile when you said no? That's why I'm like, is this a mental illness? Like, am I missing
Undiagnosed
something?
mental
Like,
situations. Absolutely,
Oh,
it's gotta be.
What was this? I don't know what to do.
Well, and that is abusive behavior.
Absolutely,
Straight
Hell
up.
yeah.
But you
Hell
know,
yeah, it's
Girl, that's
abusive.
the tip of the iceberg.
even beyond that, it's you haven't dealt with your past traumas.
Right.
And you need to deal with your issues because
Right.
now you're projecting your shit onto me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wholeheartedly believe in self-fulfilling prophecies. And
Yes.
if you're going to sit up there and continuously accuse me and expect that I am this person, not only will you believe it, but chances are you're probably directing fate in that direction.
You're manifesting
anyway.
it. Stop
You
saying
are
it. You are
manifesting
manifesting that shit. Stop
So
it.
deal
Words
with your
have
shit.
meaning.
That's why that
Words
song
are
Shoulda
powerful.
Cheated
Stop
came
it.
out. That's why she made Shoulda Cheated.
Right.
So, I
Like,
mean,
you
Like
have
looking
to
back,
stop.
like damn, I guess.
Right.
Like, you accused me enough.
You know, so at the end of the day, the biggest relationship advice for me, I guess, would be deal with your shit.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Deal
all
with
across the
your
board,
shit.
that is the main thing.
Man.
Women,
Man,
men,
woman,
whoever.
whoever, whatever you
Yes.
Deal
identify
with
as,
it.
not whoever.
And respect those people's decisions not to fuck with you.
You
if you
know?
haven't dealt with your shit.
That's
And
good.
it's
Just
okay.
respect that. That is okay.
And
Move
admire
on.
them for being
Because-
able to say, I'm good on that.
And for
Right.
those who don't want to deal with that, there's some other scallywags out here that got you.
Okay.
I
There
love
is
that word so
somebody
much,
for
by the way.
everybody.
Got you.
I love scallywag. That is my favorite one.
Scallywags. It's
I'm
true,
using that
though.
all week.
Hell yeah.
You gonna be on Scallywag all week?
I'm a hashtag scallywag all day. Y'all gonna see it on my Facebook.
What is she even talking about? She said that for no reason.
Oh
just-
my gosh.
But like, hey, they open up restaurants. Hashtag scallywag.
Oh my
It's
God.
random. I ain't playing.
It is. Shit.
Oh my God.
Oh,
that
you
is
missed the
hilarious.
Well,
point.
one that I said last week that I wanted to bring back was that, you know, I want men to give the same grace
Yes.
to women that they would expect in return.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because
They don't.
when she pull a you on you, it's not going to be cute nor funny.
At all.
And you know what I mean? So just, you know, give the grace that you expect because you're going to need it at some point. You're going to need that same grace.
Well, and why are you expecting that she can't pull that same grace on
I don't
you?
know.
You know, and but
Who do you
man,
think you're fucking with? You don't know me.
That Aries coming out.
You don't know. I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck bigger than you.
like right, and it's gonna hurt so much worse.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
because we a cold. We can be a cold piece when we don't care.
Oh, piece
It-
of
it's-
work.
I know I am like and it ain't even got to be in a relationship.
On
It could
site.
be anybody,
Right.
anybody.
On site.
It is immediate. Like I have
know you
two
need
modes.
me.
It is either I don't give a fuck or you gonna get all this smoke,
Mm.
and it's 100% in either direction.
Well,
You don't
those
want
seem
that.
like the same modes to me. Are those the
No,
same?
no,
They're
no,
not.
they're not.
No.
They're not
No.
because
I would have to say
Listen.
they're not because sometimes, like, if I know someone's really in their feelings about me, like they really love me, really care about me, and they do that shit, and I want to do the same fucking shit back to them, I don't, and I just ignore the fuck out of you,
Mhm. You have
and you ain't
to.
nothing. You,
It's
and
not-
it just,
it's like
is
you've
soul
never
crushing
existed.
to people. Yes,
You don't exist. It's not. You're not dead to me.
Or on
You
the
don't
flip
exist.
side, like you
You
said,
were never here.
Or
What?
let's burn this whole motherfucker.
exactly.
There-
It's like,
that's
like,
my.
I want to
that's
burn
my
it
jam.
down, or it doesn't
No,
exist.
no,
And
That's
it
my
really,
jam.
it is just a flip of the coin. It depends on what happened when I woke up that
we're
morning.
just
like,
saying from possible past experiences or other people's experiences.
Right,
we're not
right,
saying
that, right.
us
What
now.
Niecy
We
said.
just
Oh, yeah.
saying.
I'm
right. It's not, it's
Disclaimer.
not, it's
I'm
not us.
reborn.
Hashtag no scallywag.
No scallywags.
I just say it.
It's not us. It's not us.
Disclaimer.
But you know, I guess that can loop into my next point, which from the last episode, which was knowing the caliber of woman that you're with,
Oh yes.
and realizing
such a
that
good one.
every woman ain't gonna deal with the same shit the last woman dealt with.
Yes.
And sometimes you gotta bring your game harder than you ever brought it in your life.
Level
For that
up.
one that you really want.
Level
Level
up.
up.
Yes.
Because I would want
That's
somebody that wants to
good.
change me for the better too.
You
Like if you
know?
make me want to be a better person,
What better thing is
oh my
there?
God.
Mm.
Like you bring out the best in me,
You gonna get it all.
right?
Oh.
Effortlessly too, though, right? You're
Right.
not gonna have
Working on
to
a
drag it out.
Oh, we taking it back from the windows to the wall.
Hey,
But you know, in knowing the caliber of woman that you're with, you also have to realize that you need to rise yourself. And like we said, level up. You really do have to come with something different and new, and what's really going to capture her eye. Don't come with the same old bullshit. And you can't hit every woman with the same tired ass line.
Oh my
tired ass dick. Come on,
Oh my
step it
gosh,
up.
that is the worst.
you know what's crazy is I don't even like all that shit. I just like people. I mean, maybe that's because I like the whole friendship thing first, but I like people to be regular and I don't mean what society
think
thinks
that's
is regular
gay?
or normal. No,
That's
because
some niggas. That's their game.
no, but listen,
Look, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm just dating to date and I ain't taking you serious, I will lead you down a path to let you, fuck up
know?
everything you're doing. I'm like, spit all the game. I want to hear it all.
Everything.
This is fucking hilarious.
And I'm gonna take it all.
and I'm
as fast
telling
as I
all my
can.
friends.
I don't want. I mean, no.
we're group messaging.
Now
this
listen.
shit.
Mm.
Like
Now
the
you-
line I heard today was,
You know, I'll do. You look. We got group messages. You know, you know that's a thing. But
It's
I
a
mean,
thing.
like, if it's like some for real, like I'm really actually interested in you. I want you to be. And so the reason why I like the whole friendship first thing is because I get to see who you really are, how you really respond in anger, how you really respond to sad. If we're friends, like I get to really see all these levels of you. Now, obviously, there's a different level that you see once you're in a relationship, but I'll get that too once we are there. But all that you talking slick, I'll entertain it because I'll pop peas with you all day. You know what I'm saying? Just for the fun of it, and then walk away like nothing happened.
yeah,
Because that doesn't
Yeah, 'cause
really
I
actually interest
couldn't
me. It was just
take you serious. Yeah,
right. It was a brain teaser. Like, you know what I'm saying?
like that was cute. Oh,
right. Yeah. Okay. Now go talk to
Yeah.
her because
I'm not
you
with
know what I'm
it.
saying. So I wanted to say my next piece was the that I brought up in the last one was that okay. So the guy said something about being what you want or what you're looking for. Like you have to be that, right? And we kind of talked about that a little bit. And it's like, okay, yes, I'm going to be of a certain caliber, you know, and I'm looking for a man of that caliber. But however, I'm not looking for someone exactly like me.
Mm.
I'm looking for more of a yin yang, but not even
Complementary.
exactly the yin yang, right? Because I want there to be a overlap. Like I
a
want us to
Sequoia and
be.
Jahi.
Yeah. Well, no, she said they're polar opposites.
I know, I love that though.
But
It
I
makes
mean,
me
and
happy.
it works. That works where it works. I can't have somebody who's exactly like me, and I can't have anybody that's exactly opposite of me either. Because just the way that I am, you know, Libra, you know, I like that balance shit, you know.
They never balance.
So there needs to be like a little bit of, you know, we are similar, but you know, there's enough different about you that balances out, you know, where I may be lacking or whatever. You can help guide me or support me through that stuff, and vice versa. And we throwing me off, and you know what I mean. So like,
Yeah.
I'm looking for the compliment to me,
Yeah.
not necessarily
Complimenting.
the. We got to be exactly the same. I don't want that.
Which I
I've
like
dated
that. Yeah,
guys
yeah.
who are exactly
Boring.
like me, and like I don't, you know, like I'm really into astrology, cosmology, whatever. As a Libra, dating somebody else who is exactly like me, we are not going anywhere. We're not getting anything done. We're gonna look cute while we're not doing anything and not making any decisions. But like,
Yeah. It wouldn't work
like,
for
I
me just because I'm a
can't.
Leo and you can't outshine
Right.
me. We're gonna be trying to
Right.
outshine each other and be exhausted. Then be dull as fuck.
and I just can't sit there and be like, so where you want to go? I don't know where you want to go. Look, no, somebody needs to make a decision in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bad with that. Like, I'm a typical Libra. Like, I can't do that. So, I am looking for the compliment to me, not the exact
The
model
yes
of
man?
Renata. I can't date me.
Oh.
No, that's not gonna work. I would get on my nerves.
You know. That's
Oh,
what
I mean,
feel.
I love
Right.
me. I might.
I mean,
date you.
I like me as a person. Like, I could be friends with me, but I can't date me. That's not. That's
As
not how
long
that
as
works.
the other part of me doesn't try to outshine me, we're good.
And how's that gonna work?
I don't know.
It's so it ain't.
will
You can't
figure
date you.
itself out.
You can't date you.
I can't.
Sure,
Probably not.
I
What's
don't
your
know.
sign again?
I'm a Leo.
Okay.
A July
center
one.
of attention.
She
shit.
is
July
the
one, though.
center of everything.
It's still.
I can't help
not
if
gonna
I'm
do
the
that.
sun.
Second to none other than me.
Oh, y'all all crazy. Y'all all crazy.
So don't try to change me.
I love male Leos. I don't really. I
Nah,
love
they
you
some
too.
asses.
Then you love female
I
Leos.
think you're the only female Leo I know.
You're
I
the only
don't-
female Pisces, right? Yes. Only
Look,
female
look,
Pisces.
the hair flip. Like,
I
how
know, I
dare
love
you not
that.
know?
Like, I know. Walter.
Come on.
I love you. I love it. I love it. I think, it's about that time, right? I think last time
You know,
when we were wrapping it.
I think for me,
What I missed.
one of the things that makes me appreciative of my husband is that he doesn't mind if my star shines.
Mhm.
And I think a lot
I need
of
that.
men have a problem letting their
Me
woman
too.
shine
Mm.
and realizing
Mhm.
that, hey, sometimes you got to take a back seat and just let
Mhm.
her do what she has to do. So I am absolutely appreciative of his ability to just let me be.
Oh, that's sweet.
He is also one of my biggest supporters, which I absolutely appreciate. I think it's important for your partner to be your biggest cheerleader and to make you feel like they have your back. You know, regardless of if you're a male or a female, you need to make sure your partner knows that you got them.
Mhm.
And it might not always look the way that they want it to look, but at the end of the day, if you are there with them through it all, I think that matters for sure.
Well, and I think if you guys compliment each other's love languages, that is all the difference.
That truly
Like, you
is.
gotta really compliment each other's love languages.
That is so.
So I have a
true.
question that goes kind of along with what you said.
Mhm.
So this is more of a question for us, informative for them, I guess.
Mhm.
Say it like that. So are you, or would you be willing to support your man through his dream, like no matter what stage that is, like it's the beginning
Absolutely.
stages, and it looks like, damn it, like,
Absolutely.
how
Because
we
I'm not going to
eating.
be with a man until I'm on the mission right now to accomplish my dreams. So
Right.
I am sure that by the time I am booed up or whatever, man or woman, whoever I'm with,
Mhm.
that I'm set in what I wanted to do and made those accomplishments. So I'm totally okay with that. I will
So-
hold it down.
What if you found that person but you have not completed?
I'm not going to, if I can't, like I said, if I can't pour into somebody, I'm not going to pursue that relationship. And that's, I guess, where I run the risk of losing that person. You know,
No,
but
but
I just
so
don't. I
even
just
if
feel
you-
like it's not fair because I want it all.
No,
I
I get
want it
so
all,
so
and I
and
will
I
give
get
it back.
that. But what if you found your, like, Niecy, you know, this is your person. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, and it comes down to you accomplishing your shit right now, or them accomplishing theirs, because them accomplishing theirs means that you guys are more stable sooner, or
Okay, I'm gonna tell you real.
Something of that
I'm gonna be
nature.
really honest. My analytical mind would weigh what makes more sense,
Right.
And I think this is why I'm not ready, because I'm still dealing with my own stuff. Because in my past relationship, I put things aside for somebody who was not as determined and hardworking as me, and it just did not work. And so we decided to flip it, and we're gonna invest in what I wanted to do. And that person didn't support me at all, and I carried myself. So I can say that I would weigh those options and analyze it as to what's more realistic, and then we'll do that and agree with it together. But I don't really know, because I'm still working with being able to trust that process.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of it really has to do with you knowing yourself and knowing what you can deal with and what you can handle. Every person can't handle the same thing at the end of the day. Some people are better at taking that side seat and others aren't, you know, and some people are better at giving their all and others aren't, you know, so it really matters on what your strong suit is and where you're willing to give and bend and, you know, do what you got to do to make it work. But truth is, being unequally yoked matters
It does.
more than you realize.
Y'all better
because
bring some big
That's
dick
not
energy.
just a
I'm
religious
saying.
thing.
Man, I cannot
understand.
I can't have bigger dick energy than you.
Right.
Come on.
Come with
Can
it.
you say it
Come with
again?
it.
Can you please say it again?
Don't let my big dick energy outshine yours. That's
Please.
please.
got the bigger dick.
Please. Please. Man.
Right?
Because I will, man,
Yeah,
I will
BD.
murk your ass for real.
It tends to be intimidating
It
when you are a
is.
strong woman and you are who you are and you're unapologetic about it. And then there's this guy who think he wants you until he get like right up
Until
under
he
you
gets
and he
you.
got you and then he like,
Hold
I'm gonna
up.
need you to calm all that down. I'm sorry, that's
Like,
not how
no,
this
no.
I
works.
will not.
You better just
That is
bring a
not
bigger
how
dick
this
to the
works.
party.
You
Right.
better.
Or I'm sorry, sir. It's obvious that you do not you are not equipped with the equipment
Not at all. So that
to
means-
handle this situation. So I'm gonna need you. Right, because what we're not gonna do.
No, man.
I'm gonna need you to exit stage left because that's not. This is not gonna work.
And that doesn't even mean just dominate the situation
No,
or be
it
the one to
doesn't.
take
It
over.
doesn't.
It means like you were saying, letting me shine.
Yeah.
Like that is beautiful. And like for that person to have that confidence in themselves and hold themselves to a place where they can be that foundation for you. That's just sexy as fuck.
It
It
is. And not
is.
have it affect your manhood and you just like, yeah, that's my woman. She gonna do that shit. You know?
And oh, she's confident, so she
Right.
can be just confident. She ain't gotta be cheating because she's confident. It ain't gotta be somebody else making her smile. Like, can it just be that I woke up and when I walked past the mirror, I was like, oh,
Let me smile.
you know, you know,
I'm
Cute.
Shoot,
or maybe
I don't know
I'm
about
just
y'all, I
happy to
dance
be
in
with
front of
your
the mirror
ass.
all the
You know,
time.
You know, and I don't even know why, because you sitting up here acting salty as a motherfucker.
as
I don't
another
fucking know.
girl, like what the hell? Right.
Okay.
Where is the problem? Because when we met, you liked all this, and like now it looks like we got beef in the house. So I don't know what's going on.
What happened?
But
What
that's
happened?
the
Who we
whole
fighting?
thing. It's like you go after what you think you want, but when you actually get it, you don't know what to do with it.
Because you're not being honest with yourself.
You're
You
not.
want what everybody else want. You're not out here being
Exactly.
honest with yourself, which was
And
already
God
said. Be
save
honest.
you if you try to
yourself.
change somebody. If you try to change a woman, be like, "This was what I preferred. This is what I wanted."
You got
So
the
can
wrong
you
Then
be
you
that
should
way?
go
Like,
find
huh?
her.
How
Go
what?
find her
My name
Where's
ain't Becky
she
with the
at?
good hair.
You
Who you
know?
talking to?
at all.
No,
I mean, I got this good African hair, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm saying.
Shit, I got that good C4.
Girl,
Or 4C here.
4C.
4C.
Blowing shit up.
Look, I'm drunk. I've been drinking. It's backwards. she got bulbs.
Don't flag us.
We're new to this.
I
We're
already
new
got
to this.
kicked off Facebook, y'all. I don't need to go to
Right,
jail
right.
again. I'm locked up.
Look, there ain't no fish fries for what you talking about. We just gonna be in there.
I can't braid no hair.
I'm done.
Man.
I'm done.
But you know, for real, I really think that, in all honesty, a lot of the time, men just need to learn to be secure in themselves and realize, own what you bring to the table and bring it
Bring
to
it.
the fucking table.
All the way to the table.
Bring
Nope,
that BDE.
I'm not gonna come pick you up, pick it up, and help you bring it to the table.
No, pick
You bring
the
it.
shit up yourself and bring that shit to the table. I'm just saying. But I mean, at the end of the day,
I love how
it
your
really
hair
is.
just swang.
You know, it's got to do what it does.
I think everybody flipped their hair so far.
I mean,
Yeah, at some point, I mean,
So I have one more. This is gonna be my last one. So my last word of advice to men is to meet your partner at their level of communication.
yes.
With that, I mean that if you fucked up and you need to make shit right, you need to know what's gonna make, be right for her.
Right.
You might buy a $5,000 purse, but all she wants is an apology and a hug.
Okay.
Know who you dealing with.
That's
Know
that love
what
language.
it takes that makes her tick. Know what it takes to embrace what it is that she needs and meet her at that level. And yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Some want hugs and kisses and apologies. Some want gifts. Some
Some
want
want
to fight and
cars.
fuck.
Yeah,
Some want it all.
exactly.
Some want it all.
But you gotta know. You gotta know, and it doesn't have to be what you think is appropriate, and it's not. It doesn't have to be what you would accept as an apology.
And not even that it shouldn't be. You should know. It's like knowing their love language. It should be what they want. Like my love language is physical touch and quality time. But that doesn't mean that the man that I'm with that's going to be his love language. But I also realized in learning more about love languages and just observing myself that those are my love languages, like how I like to be loved. But I also like to give. I don't necessarily like receiving a whole bunch of gifts, but I like being like, oh,
I'm an acts of service. I give it that way, but I don't like it that much back.
Right. Like I've learned that the way that I like to receive it is not necessarily the way that I give it. I am acts of service and gift giving and words of affirmation. So I'm the other three when it comes to giving out love, but I prefer quality time and
fucking
physical
Libras.
touch. Don't fucking Libras me. The fuck? I mean,
I'm a quality time and words of affirmation.
Yeah.
You're so pretty.
You are.
I mean, you are always beautiful.
Right. And she always got,
she always
paparazzi popping.
Always popping.
But that's my love language.
Oh.
My last one that I wanted to do kind of like, it's like piggybacking off of that. And that's, can we listen? Like when we talk, can we really listen and not just I heard what you said. Can we comprehend with that? Like you heard my words. Do you understand?
Like, let's translate, please, as if we speak two different languages.
Right, because I mean, with any given two people,
yes,
you can be having a conversation and not understand.
You think I know plenty of times I've said something. And then they heard something completely different. And I'm like, I'm always taking the wrong way. I didn't say it like that or mean it that way. What the fuck did I say?
Yeah, the saying says people listen to reply, not to understand.
Right.
So they just waiting.
Right. Just waiting for the pause.
Right. Take a breath so they can be
they can say what they want to say.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I think,
that is so good, Renata.
It is. And it's important to not only listen, but listen with intent.
Yes.
And not only that, also understand how communication works, because a lot of communication is nonverbal.
Yes.
And if your body language is telling me one thing, I don't care what the hell your mouth is saying. This is what I'm seeing.
Oh, and women give that nonverbal communication all the fucking time. Yes. So you can ask her what's wrong. Nothing. And she constantly shrugging you the fuck off like something's really wrong.
Right.
It's really wrong.
But also, it goes the same way. Like the body language is not just while you're talking, right? Because if I'm talking to you and you're sitting here like, you know what I'm saying? Your head down, you swerving in your chair. I'm like, clearly you're not listening to me. And then so that's going to do a couple of things. Either I'm going to shut all the way down, or I'm going to like do the whole, cock the head like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You're not listening to me. What's going on?
Like Clint's body language right now.
Right. Like trying to rush us off the podcast.
We're done with the takeover. He's like,
but listen, we ain't even gone longer than them, and he already rushing us off.
Shoot, we might need a Women of the Westside podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Where we get together and talk about whatever we talk about weekly or however long, however often.
We can do this.
I might sponsor that.
Look.
You said what?
Everybody want a podcast. You have to do a podcast.
No, I've already wanted a podcast before I even met y'all.
I definitely do not want a podcast.
Somewhere.
I love y'all. I definitely don't want a podcast.
Dare we?
I want to. Well, then maybe Davida and I get a podcast.
I don't know if everybody
want to do it.
What the fuck I have to say.
Sakori, you want to do it?
I'll come on.
We can have features.
That sounds like you're going to come on sometimes. Davida, I think this is going to be our podcast.
We came here for the champagne. What we doing?
That's bad.
Like somebody go pick up Sakori.
Don't do me, because I be showing up. I might be a little
hey, we
no,
podcasting
we was
today.
not late. Me, you, and Davida got here at the same time. That can't be late. That can't be
I'm
late.
always on time, by the way, and
whatever.
early.
Don't nobody want to talk about that.
Look,
she just for no reason.
I'm professional.
We are on time.
Professional.
I think I'm pretty professional.
I'm professional too. Like I mean, shit.
I'm not saying y'all ain't professional. I'm saying I am.
Wow. I mean, but that sounds like the same thing. Does that not sound like the same thing?
This is why I can't do a podcast, okay?
Listen, it could sound like whatever.
I'm dead. But I love you.
In real life.
I'll make sure the food's all set up. I'll feed you.
Really? Because it wasn't.
Hey, I took it out the bag today.
You took it out but you didn't make it pretty.
I mean, the men tried to do it, and I just,
Oh,
This was
yep,
so
I
good.
just
I
liked
had
it.
mad fun today, yo.
It was fun. It was real fun.
But I really enjoy our dynamic. Aside from everything else, I think
Women
the
of the West
dynamic
Side.
of the women of the West Side is dope as shit.
It is.
We lit.
And that's why we keep doing this
You
shit.
know,
I love you.
I love
Hey.
it.
I love you too.
And you know what? I just want to say, I believe our group. What the hell?
Somebody fell over. Man down.
Men down.
Wait a minute.
Let me just say, I truly believe our group, and not just the ladies, but also some of the men that we've
Some of them.
extended to. But our group is really the definition of how the black dollar can stay within our community.
Thank
right,
you.
'cause
Yes, because we
Everywhere
always
we go,
support
I'm like,
that.
oh, you need hair, Rich's
Everywhere
ornament,
we
beauty supply. Look, I
Yes.
said that right. And I'm drinking. You need some
You
jewels?
did.
Yeah.
The
I got
jewelpreneur
you.
got you.
I got
You want to learn how to
you.
twerk that ass?
I got you.
Twerk it.
Go look up Twerking Fab. She also does massages.
Thank you.
You know,
We got a whole
it's-
bunch of shit going on in our group.
We do, and it's funny because I tell people who sit in my chair, if you need something, I probably know somebody who
I
got
know
you.
her.
I know somebody who got you, and this is what we need in our community in general to really
Yes.
Yes.
forge ahead and do better. Is to really see our dollars in action and how we can support each other and how we can really make a difference. So
With no
I
weird
love
shit.
these women.
Takes a
because we do
tribe.
it. It does.
Yes.
We do it.
God damn it, that's enough. I'm tired of letting y'all play with my goddamn toys. Get out my sandbox.
But it's fun.
Shit.
It's so fun.
Ladies, I had a chance to listen in on about 5 minutes of this, and that, yeah,
I walked in the house.
Hey.
Davita was talking about how big dick, and I'm like, I don't know if it's big, small, or whatever, but I don't want any of it. I'm being honest with you. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm going to put something out there to our audience. Ladies, gentlemen, I want you guys to do me a favor. As you listen to this podcast, I want you to make a decision, right? I am the sponsor of all, sort of the puppet master. If you like these ladies, you really think they're entertaining, you like their content, their charisma,
All of that.
all of that, let me know if you want them to have their own podcast. Let me know.
Oh, don't give us none.
If you decide, this is for the public to decide. If you guys decided they would have their own podcast sponsored by Underway Entertainment, all right?
Look at Clint. He got that shit in there. Come on, y'all.
We will make sure this happens because you know what? We want everyone to have their own space.
I'll be on time.
All right?
We know that. You're lame. You are lame.
I just don't want them to steal my audience, My 573 folks.
I just want y'all to know that as I look around and I see the women of the West Side, women of Westeros,
West
I want
Side?
y'all to know. I just want y'all to know it feels good for me to see my work in action. You know what I'm saying?
Lord have
work-
mercy.
Wait, hold on.
I brought all of y'all
This was a
together.
takeover.
No, you did not.
I brought
No, he did not. I brought all of them
I
together.
brought all of them
Oh
together.
my God.
No, you did not.
Hold on.
I'm the
Word of
podcast
advice
host.
to men: don't try to take the glory
No.
of women
I'm saying.
and
No,
Make it your own.
But-
no. I am the one that decided to have the Women in Business podcast would then birth the women of the West Side.
But see, I knew Renata, and I knew Nisi, and I knew Sakura.
No.
Come on.
we met at Sneaker Ball.
So what?
That was after my podcast, though.
I knew both of y'all before that. No,
I
I don't know.
didn't know
That part is
anybody.
true. Exactly.
Ladies and
I brought
gentlemen,
y'all all
listen to
together.
me because I'm the host, so that means I always know what I'm talking about.
I met
Someone
Davita
just-
because our kids played football together.
Man,
You
first
know,
of all,
right?
didn't know
And
her.
I didn't even realize
You
who
need to
she
stop
was.
acting
We
like
didn't.
you-
We said hi outside the car too.
Right?
You didn't fuck with her though, for real. What?
But you know
I'm
what?
sorry. I didn't know we was out here lying. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
We acknowledge that.
It doesn't matter.
It's okay.
It don't even
Listen.
matter.
DeVito.
All right, let's.
The
DeVito don't be
Hey,
out here
we
talking to
good.
nobody. DeVito don't talk to people.
I
Hey,
talked to
we
her.
got her out her shell.
I sure
All right,
do.
She just
all
don't
right.
talk to you.
Listen up. Let's
Boom.
start this. Let's close this out. Nisi,
Yes, sir.
tell us about what you got going on.
Right now I am just trying to build my brand with Twerk and Fab because I have a pretty established clinic where I do massage right now, and we do physical therapy and work there, a lot of different body work. But I'm trying to build Twerk and Fab online platform back to in-person classes as soon as things open, and I am adding more toning, stretching, and Pilates work that I'm trying to build. I know it's going to be great.
It is.
Into fitness that's fun, that is inclusive for every body type, not white-centered, is my main thing that I'm trying to do.
Don't turn off our white.
What?
listeners. Don't turn off our
No, that's totally fine. I'm not saying that. White folks are always welcome, but I'm just saying I want Black, Hispanic, Asian folks to all feel welcome in that space as well, no matter their body type.
And we need to take care of ourselves. 'Cause
Yes,
truth be
and to
told,
encourage that.
we are underserved. And
Absolutely.
So anything that helps us
So it's
be
not
better.
anti anything.
And and gentlemen out there that are listening, it is okay to objectify these ladies.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
It's not okay.
Wait, what?
But the
that.
yoga pants and the G-strings, they're beautiful.
Well, wait a minute.
So if I'm like DeAngelo, I love those sweatpants you wearing or sweatshorts you're wearing.
Well,
He look like he ain't got
I
no
wanna
drawers
know-
on.
I feel like that beard needs a little glaze on it.
That booty kind of.
Does that make you feel good? How does that make you right? He can't even say nothing.
Hey,
I'm
I'm just glad he
gonna-
took off the
I'm-
spandex shirt.
I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies.
Spandex
Let me
shirt.
tell you something. Being objectified is what I do. So
I'ma
this is
do it
fine.
right back
let me,
to
Let me
you
tell you
then.
something. 4 women in my house. Hey, we can get Clint out here, and this shit is like a regular day.
Four women in my house is fine too. The fuck home. She said, I'm out, honey. I'm going
Of course,
home.
said, wait a minute.
Baby, I'm out of here.
Wait a minute.
About to get the married women in trouble. What you
Hold on,
doing?
hold on.
all
I thought today was the day for the podcast.
Hey.
nigga. Hold on.
Some people don't want to lose their stocks and bonds in divorce. We don't want to split the property.
You have to understand the business arrangement.
All right,
within it
so Corey, over to you. What you got going on?
So, as I said in the beginning, I also go by the Jewelpreneur. I am your neighborhood stylist, as my girl Renata calls me, her jewelry dealer. I have all of your fabulous pieces in stock that are being updated weekly. And so I am doing that in addition to, learning more about myself and
Being a grandma, too.
Grandma, I love that.
Yes, a grandmother and a mother and a wife and all those great things.
And y'all check out her live because it's like a real-time auction on live, and it is so much fun.
I just
Especially
find
when
it
she's
really
like, "Look,
weird
we
to have
only
somebody
have
look
2
12
left."
and be a grandmother. I
Look,
just find it really weird.
12. He's been calling me 12 since I met him, and I'm about to be 41. You know, I kind of appreciate that. I'm just
smooth skin.
That's how they
Let
build
them
them in New
crack.
York. That's how they build them in New York.
Hey.
Y'all California folks, y'all need to catch up on that. Get some good skin in your life.
I just want to say.
Oh,
I just wanna
I'm
say
sorry.
one-
Excuse me,
I
sir.
just want to say one thing about Sakori.
I don't want you to
want
talk
y'all know-
right
no,
now.
I know, but I got to say one thing about Sakori, man. Listen.
Why?
Because when we started the show downtown, Sakori used to come every fucking week, man. And
True.
At the end of every show, even if it was like 4 people there, Sakori would come up to me and be like, Sakori's the most fucking positive person I've ever met in my fucking life. She'd be like, DeAngelo, that was a good show. I'm like, fuck away from me, Sakori. You know ain't nobody in here. Nobody in here, man. She used to be like, DeAngelo, that was a really good show. And I'm like, leave me alone, Sakori, man. Just get out of here, man. I know she used to be like, that was a really good show.
All right, Davida, tell us what you got going on.
You know, I got some big things coming for this year.
What you got going?
I can't exactly spill my beans, but we got some things going on. We are always growing and maturing and, just doing big things at Rich's Ornament. And, this year's going to be full of surprises.
Oh, she.
That's all I can
Oh,
say.
so you go just leave us
Hey,
hanging like that.
Hey, what's the address? Where is that?
We're at 149 Southeast 3rd Avenue in Hillsborough, Oregon, Suite 300.
So
Okay.
you don't have to venture out to Portland.
You
to get
don't.
your hair.
You
care
don't. And you
needs
know what?
Or hair.
Here's the thing. You come out and you support us.
She got that good stuff.
You come out, you support us, we can grow and be closer to
Hey,
where
I'm
we
gonna let
are.
y'all know.
I love
That's where I
that.
get my hair did. I get my hair did there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Sakori, we didn't get your website.
SecoriGreen.com. SECCORI green like the color.com.
Okay.
And then
Nisi?
you can find me on all social media platforms at the Jewelpreneur, JEWELPREUNEUR.
So the is in there too.
Yes.
All
Okay.
the way.
All right.
Yes.
Niecy?
It is.
So twerkandfab.com, twerknfab.com.
And our lady host, what you got going on?
I got.
She got
tequila is
kids.
what I got going on.
She got kids.
I got kids. No, I'm working on a couple poetry books. Waiting for
Why don't you get
the
it done?
forward for the first one.
Oh, she
Why
just
don't
didn't
you
want
get
to
to
be
somebody else.
finished
Why don't you get it
because
done?
a friend of mine sitting kind of across the table from me
DeAngelo.
is working on that.
First
You
of all, I
know,
want y'all to know
so-
I am working on the forward. But the forward is fantastic. I just want you to know. But
Well, I want the whole book.
Wait a minute. The last time we talked about the forward, you were supposed to do this on your way to Atlanta for Christmas.
and I did. I wrote like 3 paragraphs on the forward. I got one paragraph left to finish the forward.
Well, what
But
you waiting
No,
on?
he's been working on it. We did
I
our
let- I let
we did
listen
our
to
writing circle yesterday.
He's got to do her
and
justice. Come on now. He's going to invest
y'all
the time
sound
to
like
really
y'all just giving him
do.
But Renata, is it
Hey,
fantastic?
Oh,
though?
wait. Hold on. Before we go,
excited.
in honor of our hostess, we would like for you at this moment to pull up a poem.
Man, she ain't gonna do it. Oh, you gonna do a poll? Hold on, time out. I just want y'all to know. I was just gonna say, I
No.
just want y'all to know this motherfucker been my partner for a long time and ain't never asked me to do a fucking poem on the podcast. Not one time. You know what? Don't worry about it. You know what? Fuck me and my poetry.
Hey.
Go ahead, Renata LaLibra, whoever the fuck you is today. Go
Dang, he's real
right.
offended.
that sounds salty.
It
salty.
is. Renata,
He a
bless us
salty
with a
cracker.
poem.
What poem? Like y'all, listen.
Pick one, girl.
It's
Come
so
on.
stressful.
Oh no, you gotta do the black man.
You got
poem.
this.
Do black man.
You gotta do that one.
Okay, so that means our podcast is going 5 more minutes, just so you know.
Take us
The
home.
poem is
We
5
got
more
it.
minutes.
Take us home, girl.
Hey, look at this, Corey. I don't know.
Oh man.
Corey, take his mic, please.
First of all,
What the hell
Corey,
was it?
it doesn't matter.
He's
Corey.
swiping on apps.
Is he acting like, wait a
objectifying.
minute. Is he acting like a black man that wants to date a good black woman?
Oh, Lord.
First
That's
of all-
another podcast. You guys are
Are we
not going to
starting
attack
now?
my partner.
First of all, Davida, and
Which
we're,
you can.
and we're not gonna go into this.
Is
Hold
he
on, we're
taking
not
that
gonna-
advice?
Look. He's single
Davida.
in these streets, and he's going to listen to this podcast, and he's going to learn.
Oh, he gonna remain single in these
we going to
streets.
teach him.
Davida,
He's going to learn.
Davida, hey, let me, hey, Davida, let
He
me
gonna
tell
be
you
single
something.
on the highway.
Let me tell y'all
He gonna
something.
be single.
As
Girl.
y'all
On
was,
the exit,
and let me tell you something.
every
As
way
y'all was
there
in here,
is.
as y'all was in here, bad mouthing black men. I want y'all to know.
There
First
was
of all, we
not
were
a
not bad
lick
now
of
Hey,
black
hey,
men,
hey, time out.
and you were not
Let
about
me
to
tell
put
you
that
something.
narrative out there, sir.
'Cause
My,
Not at all.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know, let me tell you something. My OGs was outside, and I only said that because they older than me, but they was telling me, man, you need to go on and buy a house this year, man. You need to go on and do it. And, you know, and I'm like, you know
You
what?
still gonna be
but-
single in these
but- but
streets
let me
with
tell
a
you something.
house.
What's that got to do with
But
anything?
because I want y'all to know, ladies, that I'm doing it by myself, and it's hard, okay? When
So you
don't
going to be
have-
hoeing as a property owner now.
there you go.
Damn.
You got me
Going in
right.
somebody else's house.
Sakori, give me some. All that meaning we got more rooms, baby. Let's go.
That big dick
I'm fucking
energy
around.
right there.
All right.
I'm joking.
Ladies
Hey,
and
guys,
gentlemen,
I kid.
coming to the stage,
I kid.
as DeAngelo would say at the Mingle Lounge on open mic,
Coming
La
to the mother-
Libra.
Coming to the motherfucking stage.
Is you done?
I am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
I love you. Black man, I see you. If no one else on the planet does, listen to me. I do. All of you. No matter who you are, no matter what you do. The rich you, the poor you, the making it do what it do you. I love you. You're a vast and beautiful kind. My preference is the blacker the better, but I do not discriminate against hue. From really light to really dark or skin like mine, masculine and divine. There is a natural authority that effortlessly oozes from you. Pheromones got me tripping, throwing off my vision. You're amazingly exquisite. Your house is a museum I would love to come visit, to study the masterpiece that is you. The way your muscles flex when you reach that for me. I could have done it, but I prefer the view. The way your belly jiggles with joyous laughter that you are often not allowed to have. The sweat that trickles in the moments after, satisfaction on your sleeping face. You deserve those tacos. You deserve everything. The way your baritone penetrates with frequencies from the motherland. The African features of your face. I love your wide nose and full lips, nice thick surface to kiss. You are smooth like expensive chocolate. Strong in stature. Look at that frame. I bet you could lift anything. Walking around on your ancestors' powerful legs. Creative and brave, intellect to boot. I don't know how to behave. You make me want to shoot. You are your father's son with your mother's rearing. You are everything I want and everything they are fearing. When you need someone to confide in, when you need someone to cry on, lay your head in my lap. Let's rap. Society wants to speak of the wrong you have done, when a lot of it is made up or done by just one. To them, one speaks for the collective, but only when it comes to us. Even if you've made mistakes, that's the past. I want to celebrate the great that is you today. It is sad that it's unexpected. I want you to feel loved, cherished, and respected. I love you the most when the sirens are on. I love you the most when they clench their purse. I love you the most when they lock their doors. I love you the most when they cross the street. I love you the most when you don't look like you live here. I love you the most when they say your dreads are unprofessional. I love you the most when your mere presence is a scandal. I love that you will get it how you live. I love how you father your kids. Black dad shit. I see you taking your babies to school and tying their shoes, teaching them what they won't learn in school and all the things you wish you knew. The camaraderie between you and your boys is dope. You are magic, you are light, you are love. I want to be healed for you, so when you come around, I know what to do. I know how to love you. I see you breaking generational curses. I see you becoming trauma-informed and knowing that you're worth it, because you are. I see you taking your mental health seriously. I see you educating yourself and becoming entrepreneurs fearlessly. I see you respecting us queens. I see you, king. I see you. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, I see you. I love how you are sons. I love how you are grandsons. I love how you are siblings. I love how you are cousins. I love how you are nephews. I love how you are friends. I love how you are husbands, or whatever your arrangements is. I love how you are uncles, fathers, and grandfathers too. I love how you say things. I love how you speak Ebonics, English, and other languages. I love how you speak up for us. I love how you protect us. I see how you work so hard. I love how you don't give up. I see the goodness in your heart. I love how you love. I see you grooming and keeping it together, and I love you when you don't. It's whatever. I see the God in you, and I love that you do too. I see you, and I love you, black man, for being you.
This has been 2 Cents, the podcast, hosted by Clint in Washington, with co-host DeAngelo Gillespie, brought to you by Underway Entertainment and Pound the Pavement Productions. Thanks for listening.